Welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, here with the 25th session of the New Divines Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. We have Eric as Stan, and we got Austin as Rolfur, Bob as the Old Man, Ryan as Billy, and David as Terry, the Large. Last time, the Old Man killed the leader of the family. You're in the great city still. Rolfur got to know people and history in the oubliette below the city. Alice found herself attacked, and after defending herself, Stan brought in the Old Man to eliminate and replace the leader of that gang. Terry, meanwhile, made sure that Alice got back to the boat safely. Got less than 2 days until the boat is set to set sail. You leveled up to level 13, and we ended the evening as folks were basically going to bed. Billy in the extra-dimensional wizard tower room and has not seen the party in days. In fact, I don't think Billy knows that the boat's going to be leaving soon.
That's fine.
Rolfur is staying down in the oubliette still, and the others are currently on the ship. So does everyone go to bed, or I know at least one of you doesn't have to sleep and can make it where others don't?
Stan the Healer Man has been throwing around restorations on people in town, getting followers from it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have anything to do, so I think I go to bed.
So Stan the only one that stays up with his... you just don't have to sleep with one of your divine abilities, right?
No, that's straight up Warlock power.
Yeah, it's it's one of your invocations?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
so that's not even a divine thing, that's just a normal thing for you of, I just don't have to sleep.
The only thing that I'm going to do is start, when people are praying to me, specific people, I'm going to start setting up my holiday. Which is going to take place, after the harvest. There's going to be, either playing some tricks on people, or you get some treats. I'm going to start inventing the fantasy Halloween for the trickster deity.
Hey man, yeah, I can actually set that up, and we can have some standard good candy as.
Yeah, I'm thinking the standard trick-or-treat candy is going to be a foil-wrapped chocolate gold coin with my symbol on one side and Ryan's symbol on the other, and you flip it for either a trick or a treat.
That's not a bad
Vertical
idea.
integration.
We could call it Bonka Day.
We will not call it Bonka Day.
Yes, the old man's holiday is called Bonka Day.
The greatest trick I ever played. I named my holiday after someone else.
Trying to remember what the present season is. Notes.
Yeah, Adam.
Do you have in your notes what season it is or was?
No,
Has that been declared?
I don't think so.
We're just.
I know it's relatively...
We're 3 months into the game. So
Yeah, I know. We're 3 months in. I'm like, at this point, we're passing through seasons. Whatever it was at one point, it no longer probably is.
If it's spring, we're fine. If we start in summer, I'm relatively screwed.
I have no instances of summer. My instances of spring are related to spring-loaded swords. Let's see.
I feel like it was fall, but
winter. Well, fall has a lot of entries.
Maybe autumn.
Yes, but we're Americans. We don't call it autumn.
We don't.
No, it's fall. Leaves fall, America.
But we're not in America.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we are America.
And as far as currently you're in a jungle area. I think it's probably getting close to winter at this point. But you're in a jungle area, relatively near the equator.
So it's getting cool, in the high 70s.
Yeah.
Probably high 80s.
Alright. So
just to speed things up on my alone time, I'll just say I'm going around getting.
Yeah.
so
I'll just add that to my notes.
we're going with
They're
that.
going trying to get
It's
Okay,
winter
so
time.
we're winter. Okay, that gives us plenty
It's
of time.
nearing winter,
morning.
I think.
Okay.
Okay, well, it gives us plenty of time to set up for next fall. That's where I'm at with that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we have to model the coins and get everyone set up for the holiday and all
Then
that.
you have to get people to fall for it.
Oh.
Suckers. I'm with those two.
So,
guys
Stan, do you hang out at the boat with your evening, or do you go out to do anything?
I'll go around trying to get people.
Make a luck check.
Trying to get mugged. What?
Make a luck check.
So jealous.
Low stat of 13.
1 5. Is it 15?
13.
1 3. Okay. All right, 13. Well, not so bad that you're getting mugged. Not so good that you're getting recognized.
Not so good that you're getting mugged or recognized.
I'd be fine with mugged. That's a good.
Recognized then mugged.
But you do manage to spot inbound ship coming up to port. You know, midnight.
Plague ship.
Check it out. Anything significant about it? Like if it's catching my eye?
I mean, you know, it's just late night arrival. I mean, it is a late night arrival. You know, they are choosing to try and dock here at night, and so they're having to bring out activity to bring out lights. Particularly, you notice as the moon, while full this evening, does not shine quite as it normally does. It's red.
Ruh-roh.
No. I
I think you read too much into it.
What a horrible night for a blood moon.
Knowledge Arcana?
Oh, it's Jack.
What? If something's going on?
No, it's Jack.
Okay, but like, why is the moon? Like, what is he? He shouldn't have power over the moon.
Room turns red because of atmospheric issues. Yes, he should.
As far as knowledge arcana, what'd you roll? You could also do nature if you prefer.
22?
22, and you went with arcana?
Yeah.
I mean, some sort of illusory effect could definitely tint it, but it's not something that is a common spell or ability for someone to have.
I'll hang out, see what they're doing. I'll just watch them, see what they're up to.
Okay. But it's a merchant ship who's has a few ill that they're basically trying to get into port as quick as they could. Looks like there was some sort of attack, some sort of sea beast, and has injured and wounded.
Oh, injured. You'll heal them.
Yeah.
Alright, so they got attacked by a sea beast, you said?
Yeah.
I know where, like, can they give me coordinates or where they thought they got attacked on, or I know.
I mean, it was this day, so it wasn't that far. It was in the day preceding this. So, however far was boat distance travel? So maybe 10 or 15 miles out.
I ask if anyone would be willing to take a group of people out to try and catch this creature.
At this evening, no one seems interested towards it. They think. It may be going off to die on its own. They injured it enough that it, to get it to leave. So.
Right on, so they fended themselves off.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright, well, I'll heal them all up and, let them know gods and talking about the gods, all that jazz that we've been doing while I'm healing them.
Make a persuasion check.
$27.
Low.
Roll 10.
Remember, it's
Wait, did you just
special
call that low? Because, I mean, maybe that's a perspective thing. I thought it was high enough to be worthy of getting a bonus on the next follower roll. Are you saying it shouldn't? Is that what you're trying to convince me of? 27 is just not good enough to gain more followers? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sure.
25 should be gold star stuff for 5e.
I'm just wondering how he gets a 27. He's got a higher persuasion than I do.
I mean, I've got a plus 11 or 13 now, I think.
I get a plus 16.
25 charisma.
I mean, it's totally doable.
Oh, that's how you have a 25. I got a 22 charisma.
Yeah. I burn points into just straight up charisma points.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, remember those divine abilities and stuff. You can throw those into your stats too if you want. If you want to get up to the higher numbers, there are ways. Otherwise, those are the more. And everyone else just sleeping through the night. That was the most eventful thing for you. You head back to the ship for morning to meet with folks. So
Yeah, I made them for morning breakfast.
Yeah. And you notice that before the moon, before the sun rises as it's beginning, the moon sort of fades back to what you would consider normal.
So all of my guesses were wrong. That's what I'm hearing.
What I'm hearing is that maybe one of our buddies is having a bad night.
So when you arrive, Maxwell is already up and sort of in the main hall, your little central chamber, sitting at the table. Kind of startles a bit at you coming in from the outside, but waves.
Did Maxwell not sleep?
But otherwise, yeah. Anyone else on the ship can wake up.
I'm on the ship, but
Yep, it's
Wake
Ernie
up.
And the
Go,
old man are both there.
Go make some smoked fish for breakfast and yeah. We have a
having fish on a ship. Ooh.
As Maxwell is halfway to his mouth with a bite, right?
have some fresh bagels. Get ourselves a very Yiddish breakfast.
Salmon and lox. Salmon is lox. I'm retarded. Don't mind me.
That's fine. We accept you anyways.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Otherwise, yeah. Jezebel and Zechariah also join.
Old man's
Zechariah just kind of, at a certain point in the meal, kind of looks around and is like, he's just gone off, hasn't he?
the old man?
I'm right here.
Mr. Bonka.
Oh,
Oh, bite. Who's Mr. Bonka?
Yeah, he hasn't been here.
Billy Bonka, our companion, Eric.
Oh, Bonka.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. Okay, I misheard.
The one that he originally followed here and who hasn't been back for days.
Yeah. Oh yes, they've got. He's the god of magic, and they have a wizard's tower.
I suppose to keep on the ruse, you need to learn as much as you can.
He's not a
And
wizard, you
he's a
know.
mouse.
Well, been able to teach me a bit of magic.
The mouse says that?
Oh, you turned him into a mouse.
Yeah.
Well, then probably not.
Sweet, sweet.
Gotta love polymorph.
And so
Oh, man.
Zachariah was asking after me.
Mm-hmm.
What a grump.
I mean, I'm sitting right here. You don't get to just tell me that I'm not real and then expect nothing bad to happen to you.
He wasn't talking about you. He's talking about Bonka.
He's talking about us as individual deities.
Yeah,
I've been like them atheists.
He
Back
made,
up and
he
gods.
made a snide comment about us.
Old man really doesn't like that there are atheists.
How dare they?
I mean,
dare
in
they
his
not
defense. Yeah, I mean, oh my god, I'm looking right at you. How dare you just be like, gods don't exist? Dude, not cool.
Yeah, standing right here.
I mean, he thinks that we're powerful wizards. I can understand that.
Yeah.
I
He's
don't.
wrong.
He accepts that you have power beyond him, but
Need them to be more woke. Except us.
Am rogue casting spells should be more than enough proof.
plenty of
He don't
rogues that
think
cast
they're
spells.
Druids aren't around, and I'm sitting here doing healing spells, and no one's batting an eye.
Don't worry, he'll either be in a foxhole or on his deathbed one day.
Give me some gems and I'll put them on it a lot faster.
No, we can wait.
You're not there.
Gonna go feed him to the sharks, are you?
No, he's Billy's problem. He's just annoying me.
So, he's stuck as a mouse for an hour, so I have no further input into this conversation. Maxwell and Jezebel keep to themselves. Alice has not shown up for breakfast.
I'll go bring a plate over to Alice, her room. Knock on the door.
No response.
Is it like, I'm gonna bring in some breakfast for you. Carefully open the door.
She's still just asleep.
Okay, I'm gonna put the food next to her and leave.
Okay.
I don't know that it was a blood moon last night.
No, you
Right.
don't. No,
Okay.
Stan says something.
Okay. Right then.
I'll mention it. When I mentioned to the group about the animal that attacked the ship.
Yeah, over breakfast I'm going to figure out if the two lovebirds need anything, because they shouldn't leave the ship until they're at their new destination, so if they need anything here, I'll go pick it up for them.
No, they brought what they needed.
Okay. Well, you'll be heading out in a couple days.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. I don't know what day it is.
I know, that's why I told you.
I appreciate that.
Well then.
Okay. Well, you guys have fun. I'm gonna go see what trouble I can get into.
They kind of give each other a no look.
I'm gonna go into the slums area and start figuring out who the rival gangs to the sheep people are. Because they're my official representatives, so they of course have to take over the area.
Do they have a room on the ship?
No. Currently, they're in that main room that you guys are dining in. They have a corner there.
I tell them to go get set up in my room.
Okay. They won't
So,
argue.
did anyone react to my letting them know that it wasn't really a blood moon, it was an illusionary spell that I
Oh,
saw last night?
nope, sorry, didn't even pay attention. If I was given that information, I would have checked out the ship.
I mentioned it when I said that.
I know, I mean,
sorry.
like me, Bob, was not paying attention.
Okay.
Me,
Well,
old man, probably.
I think we should
heard you.
maybe
Okay.
try to talk to Alice first. She's been
I'm sure
trying
her,
to
yeah.
get connected to the
Until
moon.
she gets up.
I don't think she's getting up anytime soon. I think we're gonna have to.
Yeah, while they're doing that talkie thing, I'm going to go investigate the ship.
Okay. The one that arrived last night?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll get a with you, Pop.
Nope.
Just,
You're bad at
okay.
sneaking. Full plate guy can't come with me.
Okay.
Okay.
So when you say
Okay, then.
investigate, you mean something different than me.
Oh, I'm going on the ship and looking through their stuff.
Okay. Well, they are presently up and moving their stuff off of the ship.
So there's people walking in and out of the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. I wait for one of them to walk off, and I turn into him and walk back up.
Okay.
And I start looking around the ship.
Okay. You're quickly told by one of those in charge, there's more stuff.
Yeah, I go to where he's pointing me.
Yeah, no. And there's other people arranging, basically in teams of 2, with poles under crates and lift and...
Alright. I'm gonna try to sneak and find a manifest of some nature.
Alright, so you
Would you like me to
make
roll?
your stealth check, yeah.
Oh, that's
At disadvantage
For what?
for how many people are watching you presently.
So just regular then, because I get advantage on all stealth checks.
Yeah, that's how that works, but yeah.
Okay, so with my new numbers, because they've increased since our level up,
Yeah.
that's, let's see here, 26, 36.
You find...
I rolled a 9. 36 is my lowest.
You find... probably the person that you had turned into...
Oh, wait, I looked at the wrong number. I'm sorry, give me a second.
Oh, well, then maybe you don't find
It's not 36, it's just 30.
30.
Oh no, still gold star.
David, I think your screen froze because you're staring straight forward in a frightening manner. It's absolutely terrifying.
Somehow it
Please
did
stop.
freeze.
Please stop it.
That's awful.
No, stop it, please. That's so bad. Stop that.
Like, you guys can hear me still, right?
Yeah!
Yes, you have an unsettling
Disconnect him now, Adam.
Please
Do it.
stop it. I don't.
Just avert your gaze, Bob. Avert your gaze.
Avert.
This is just me being disapproving. We're good. Keep going.
So you go behind one box, and at the point where you realize no one is looking quite at you, you basically roll on top of and behind the box behind that, sort of as they're expecting you to walk out from, on the other side and grab the poles. And you can kind of hear them messing about on the other end, wait. Rajiv, where'd you go off to?
The best part is that he's going to
Docking
come back.
his pay.
Remember, he's going to absolutely insist that was not me. I was working.
Docking his pay.
That sounds like a him problem. Do I find a manifest?
Make an investigation check. And David, maybe you want to jump out and back in or something.
I am intentionally keeping this.
Please don't.
You're the worst.
Fine.
24.
24.
I was really happy about that.
It was distracting.
It was unsettling.
Stop.
But, you managed to find the manifest, as you poke about in some of your knowledge. But peeking through some barrels, you basically managed to find it in one of those, essentially, foremen that he's, checking things off as they're leaving. It's being held by the guy that's at the... So, you locate it, but...
I guess I'll sneak up to the captain's quarters and look through paperwork there.
Okay.
Rat.
Okay.
I predicted your next question, and the answer is rat. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it out to Trace on my... No. Polymorph is... Polymorph a concentration spell.
Yes.
So it's pass without trace. I think. Wait, is pass without trace concentration? I gotta check to see if pass without trace is concentration. It is. Bollocks. Bollocks. Okay, yeah, I go rat because I feel like I can still sneak better as rat.
Okay. But going up, at that end of the ship, it's also minimally watched as they're concentrating on unloading here. Let's see here.
I probably won't come up, but I am immune to scrying traps. I'm immune, can't be detected or targeted by divination, including scrying sensors. So I think that's things like the alarm spell. I can't be hit by that either.
Let's just take a look at the map here.
I think the alarm spell. I should double check that before I start making bold statements.
It looks like this is a ship that has cargo from Donabe and Gohanton that is basically being brought through and traveling through this area, which are both cities within the Jade Country.
Okay. Any other paperwork about what they're carrying or anything like that?
I mean, there's salaries and detail and paperwork for, who it's from, but there's not a duplicate copy of the manifest to actually say what is in the crates.
Okay. Do they have some nature of contract for them bringing it, or like a contract that says I will pay you X amount to deliver cargo to place? The information I'm looking for is specifically where the cargo is being delivered to.
Yeah, I mean, the cargo is being delivered to a number of towns and villages from here and down the road that you generally recognize. This is basically being, it's being delivered to a warehouse here, and then from there, it is a distribution that goes to a number of the towns and villages and such within your kingdom. So
Okay, so this is like general goods and supplies, nothing really nefarious per se.
not that you would think.
Okay.
I mean, you do find what warehouse it's going to, or you could just as well also have just followed the guys that are carrying it, or help carry a box and go where they're going. But
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just take one of my little pamphlets for the divines,
okay,
leave it on the captain's desk with draw a little specifically my design on it,
your masks.
like with a little pen or whatever, and then I'm going to go back down to where we're carrying boxes, turning back into the guy I was, and just holding my stomach and going, something disagreed with me. Had the shits.
All right. Up to.
I go to pick up and carry a box now.
Okay.
Persuasion check? Deception? What am I going with here?
You're not. So you are at the point where you've walked past a few people, and you can tell that, like, the person that's, like, the first one that told you to go down, like, it's that last one before you go, is like as you pass at the back end of this box, like, he's just watching each person pass, and, like, he looks at you like he's seen a ghost.
Morning.
He doesn't stop and say anything, but he's just, like, all of a sudden from doing his watching, and he's just like staring at you as you go, and like
Had to shoot myself.
so you follow along the way with the other person leading this crate, and it goes into a warehouse easy enough, and they're stacking things in a way that you could tell is designed to be very easy to then load onto carts to move forward. And as the person at the front of your box turns around to head back to get the next, it's the person that you are presently disguised as.
I just look at him and I go, Reggie? And I hug him. Because they told me his name earlier.
Yeah.
I start hugging him. I'm like, it's your lost twin, Jacob!
And like, you know, you can see some like scar tissue. He's like, oh, I didn't have a. So it looks like some recent wound was healed along his head, and he's like just
I like take both hands upon his face and goes, oh, you poor soul, you don't remember. Modify memory.
I hate you.
He's got
Wait.
on his
I don't
head,
have
right?
that yet, do I?
And also, remember...
I don't have that yet. Darn it.
So if he's
So yeah,
got
no,
scar,
I'll just go with straight old persuasion.
so if he's got scar tissue on his head, does that mean Bob has scar tissue on his head because he was trying to look like him?
Probably.
Hold on. If I healed this guy, you don't have scar tissue. I leave marks. I get vitamin E. I get all natural. That's right.
Yeah. You're not a cosmetic surgeon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He doesn't actually have any head injury that's causing him to see things. He's just, you know, thinking that, oh, it must be from the... You didn't regrow the patch of hair from where things have...
Raised dead spells will do that, though.
So Adam, as I'm looking at him and I'm holding his face, I just look at him and go, I'm going to be called away again soon. And I dimension doorway. And my persuasion check on that.
Are you persuading him that he's crazy?
Yes.
You succeed.
Well, do you want a deception instead?
No, he's just at the point where he feels like he's gone crazy. The situation is enough that that's where he's feeling. Unless you're trying to convince him that it's not something wrong with his head.
35.
Okay. Yeah, he believes he's crazy.
I dimension door to the other side of the ship. Or the warehouse.
Okay.
Yeah, and turn to someone else, and I start looking for papers again.
Okay.
Just
He
sneaking
repeats
around.
the process, helping them unload, with being the person he's helping with.
Here you find that basically is the second copy of the manifest as they're checking in the crates through here. However, you do also find that many of basically as they go, the preloaded crates are having things tacked to them. So you don't find like a general manifest, but you find each sheet of the manifest for each crate that's supposed to be here has been hammered into the side of each box. So,
Alright.
let's see. Lots of it is tool and trade goods from the, well, it doesn't say exactly where from, but like headed up, backed by something referenced as the Misu family. However, let's see here. You also find a crate that has various kept and preserved foods and delicacies relating to the Bundu family.
Do I recognize any of these names? I do have history, if that would help.
Sure, you can make a knowledge history check.
Uh, 19.
From history at least, you do not recognize who would be Bundo. but the Misu family is one of the noble families from the Jade Country. So,
if only I knew a guy.
Yeah, it's a banker from the Jade Country. You know him.
That is me. I go, huh? None of this seems to be important at all. I should just erase it from my memory. No, I'm gonna go. I'm like, okay, well that was fun. So I'm just gonna leave and go and do what I was gonna do with the figuring out and clearing out, or trying to consolidate my rams now, since they're mine.
Meanwhile, underground. Rolfur.
Yes.
You wake up. Your eyes don't quite open.
Well, it's dark, right?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Those are physically open. You just can't tell.
Yeah, I know that it's dark. Well, I didn't have a way out, and I already finished recording everyone who was here. So I just go ahead and start sifting souls out of the river until something comes up.
What are you doing to sift souls out of the, like, with sifting souls out of the river? Just arbitrary, or?
More or less. I mean, at this point, I've got to have like a huge list of dead people, especially after I went through the noble lines from the from the capital.
Okay. And so to what end are you doing with those? Or?
To try and get them to worship me.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Boop, 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 boop. 26.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. I could teleport out. I have that power now.
I was waiting till you realized that. Like, we were all talking about before the game. Like, we all have teleport. Like, 3 people out of the
Oh,
group.
man. I'm stuck down in this hole.
I know I'm getting out. Wait for it.
Well, do you do that, or you just spend your day not doing that and instead going through your souls?
He can do that anywhere, though, can't he?
I mean, yeah, I can do that anywhere. Let's see, I already got everyone here following Jack. I already talked to a lot of people in the Mage Tower. Nah, I mean... Was anybody else down here, or everyone else left, right? Just me?
It's just you down there.
Yeah.
Just me. How does 5th edition, how accurate do I have to be to get to,
I was going to come back and get you today, but, you know, if I don't have to, that's great.
Well, then how'd you get out?
You mentioned door.
Oh, right. Well,
I think it was Misty Step, actually. Either way.
Yep, flying and teleporting.
And remember, we also had that, like, did the mass communication of the prayer thing, so we all know how to do that now. So you could just prayer someone health if you needed to as well.
well, I suppose that'd probably be it. I suppose, am I very familiar with the ship?
For, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, spend like a month or something on it.
Yeah.
That's the big question. Is like, do I at least count as very familiar?
Sure.
I don't have any associated objects.
You don't?
So,
Wait, what do you mean?
well, it says if you have an associated object, you can guarantee the shot.
With the boat? Or an object on the boat associated with you?
Well, yeah, an object from the place that you're trying to go to. With that's 6 months or newer, you can guarantee your target.
Yeah, you take an object from the place.
But I didn't do that, so we're rolling deep percentiles.
Are you guys gonna be in subtitles?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and because I'll cast teleports. I get a 39, which puts me on target, I believe. Yes, very familiar. On target.
You're in your cabin on the boat.
Neat. What?
What were you saying?
Oh, I let people know I'm here. Because I assume who's in the boat right now? Just the kids?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Is Terry and Stan waiting for Alice to wake up?
Yeah. That's the
I
track.
mean, I wasn't going to wait. I was
Um,
going to, at the end of breakfast, go and talk to her.
Okay. Then yeah, probably you'll arrive as they're finishing up breakfast.
All right, then yeah.
So Bob's already gone.
Yeah.
So it's really just Stan and
Stan and Terry.
kids and Terry. And also Seabird.
Well, then there we go. I finished. I let everyone know that I'm back on the boat.
Okay. Do you then spend your day doing your soul talking, or
Yes.
do you do anything else?
I then spend my day doing soul talking.
Then you still get your plus. And we'll pick up with them after, in the beautiful extra-dimensional room, Billy.
I will wake up and I will go ahead and have something to eat, I suppose. And then I will go and locate a follower of mine here in the tower.
Easy enough.
Okay, and I want to ask them, a couple things. Well, one, I want to purchase some materials for spell component.
All the diamond dust.
What were you needing to get?
A miniature portal carved from ivory, small piece of polished marble, tiny silver spoon, worth 5 gold each.
Each of those is 5 gold?
Yeah, so 15 gold.
Spoon, easy. What was the middle one?
Tiny piece of polished marble. Small piece of polished marble.
Easy.
And,
And you need... And she can set you up with someone that can do some carving.
okay. Yeah. Miniature portal carved from ivory.
So, particularly with that, it takes a little,
Okay.
takes a bit of time, but
Uh,
they have the raw materials for all those. You have enough followers here that you're allowed to buy and barter and trade within here. And yeah, you just
okay.
you pose for a moment for the a likeness to be carved. And so while you're doing that, we will stop back to Terry, who after breakfast you're reopening Alice's door.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back over there, knock on her door again. Alice, I think we should talk about the moon last night. Any response from behind the door?
Nope.
We're gonna come in, okay? Any response?
Nope.
All right, I go in.
Still asleep.
All right, I go ahead and just kind of very carefully uncover where her head would be and show that she's not actually there.
No, you can see her head when you're popping in to drop off food. You can. She's not underneath the covers. She's.
I was totally expecting it to be like, she's not actually there. She put some pillows in the way. I was really expecting that.
No, she is just laying there, totally exhausted, totally knocked out.
Hey, Alice, can we talk to you for a second? A mage hand, a very gentle shake.
You get enough response of a slight.
What were you? Were you sleeping all of last night?
She just let that little toot.
Look at Stan.
Well, it's been a over 8 hours, so greater restoration. He's wide awake now.
Yeah, okay, I guess that solves that.
Wakey wakey, eggs and bakey.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Alice, do you want a minute? We really do need to talk.
I feel a lot more awake right now. I didn't sleep great.
Yeah, that's kind of what we wanted to talk about.
So her sitting up on her bed, looking back and forth between the two imposing adults that are standing in the.
Do you want a minute to? Do you want a few minutes to have your breakfast and get up a little, or?
Okay.
All right, so we'll leave. Give her like 15 minutes.
Yeah, she'll come out before then, but.
What? You okay with that, Sam?
Before we join us at the table. Like,
Well, no, I brought in breakfast for her earlier, so she has a tray of food that's like the same stuff we had, is just sitting there waiting for her. I did that halfway through breakfast, and I realized she wasn't coming out.
You use prestidigitation to microwave it.
But
I don't think that can be used as a microwave.
It contains temperatures.
That's not microwaves.
So we're gonna
we'll pull the magic.
waves. So we give her like 15, like a good 15 minutes.
She's out maybe by 10. She comes out to the table.
Okay. So there was. So Stan told me that there was a blood moon last night.
Yeah, it looked like a.
From her expression, that turn of phrase does not strike her as to what it is.
I described what it is, but
Right.
moon was bloody red.
She kind of, oh, okay, that makes sense. Kind of head shake.
Okay. Do you have any
Looked like it was a
thoughts?
spell.
Do
you have any
upset?
You've been working to try to connect yourself with the moon, so, like, were you in your quarters all night?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and roll persuasion to try to get her to talk about her feelings and try to open up a bit so we can try to figure out how this is connected at all.
Okay.
That's a 25.
Yeah, no. She expresses she was
27. I forgot that it went up this one. 27.
Wait, so she expresses yes that she was quite upset last night from the events that had occurred.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it wasn't until nearly around the time the sun would have been rising that she finally got to sleep.
And she was just like tossing and turning all night, upset.
Yeah.
All right.
It might have been her first time getting stabbed, so some people don't take that well.
Okay. Well, Terry wants to reassure her that there are lots of people that are around that care about her, that she can come to at any time of the day or night. She can just do like a quick prayer, and like any of us will pretty much be there for her. Maybe not Rolfur, but and pretty much any of us. So just know that kind of maybe meditate on that, because if being upset can affect the moon, she can maybe that wasn't necessarily a bad thing. So he's wanting to encourage her to recognize and accept her feelings. He's not chastising. He's not saying that the blood moon was a bad thing. He's not bringing up the monster part until the last part of the conversation. We're gonna end on, oh yeah, also there might the moon that might have triggered some monsters to be a little active in the ocean. So just keep
the
that
monster was in the middle of the day.
Oh, well, never mind then. Forget that. I'm not gonna mention that at all.
Yeah, it's a slow boat. It was just 10, 15 miles out.
Yeah, they just had to sail in, and instead of stopping at the night, they just kept going.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah. In that case, in that case, this is entirely.
This isn't Breath of the Wild, man.
That's what I was like. There's a lot of anyway. That's what I was thinking happened. But okay, cool. Glad that wasn't it. But yeah, definitely gonna like bring that up because I mean, that is, I mean, a sign of her divinity, if nothing else. So, I mean, pulling stuff like that, channeling her emotions to do things like that. Like, the first step to being capable of doing that is recognizing and accepting her emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And having people around her to encourage and help her with through those hard times is important. So she's just like all of her feelings and thoughts are just as valid as the rest of us adults.
Disagree, but all right.
You're not there.
Yeah. I mean, Stan's there. He could be like, "No, fuck you. You're a child."
I comfort her, just doing the normal thing. Like, he's clearly just shot over getting shanked.
So yeah, the two of us just kind of work together and calm her down and be like friendly, fatherly figures. Try to get her to recognize that her emotions can be used as a magical power, but as a divine power. But you know, and I am gonna also take that to note, and maybe see if I can like draw up some emotions for at some controllable point in the future.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna try to do that to see if I can learn something from her, and definitely like make it a point that I'm saying that maybe I can learn something from her, you know, that kind of thing. But thoughts, Stan?
I'm just hoping you don't have a temper tantrum now.
I'm just gonna go to the Wizard's Tower now. Don't mind me. But,
Did I already hear about his last instance at the Wizard Tower, though?
Terry, I mean, no one was keeping it a secret. I mean, Terry straight up said that he's not welcome there because, like, well, no, we mentioned it.
I mean, go ahead. As long as there's a trace of you afterwards, I can pick you back up.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Oh,
just
no.
heading
Like,
there.
Terry's not, like, making the joke that I'm making about going to the Wizard's Tower. But, like, yeah. No,
Good, because otherwise Alice would be reacting to it.
Yeah. No. So that is wholly uncouth. Hilarious, but uncouth. So, yeah. And after figuring out that she's okay and her getting a greater restoration,
she was gonna sleep most of the day, but now I guess she's good now.
Yep. Yeah. I go ahead and make some. I don't know. Make my way out. Then what are you doing, Stan? What are you doing now? I mean, do you two have plans?
I mean, other than my usual, go heal some people. Like, maybe go check out, see if there's any like recently dead people I can resurrect. That's about it.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's go proselytize together.
Alright, I'm down for that.
Alice, you wanna come?
I know they need help, but
But they're not.
it's not a good place.
No, it's not. And we
That's
can
when
change
convert
that.
them to good.
That takes time. I completely agree. It's not a good place, and I made the assumption that the Wizard's Tower would be the same way, and it wasn't. So I mean,
it's still so much time.
Yep. But we have that time.
And you can show them the cleansing light.
So yeah, why don't you come with us today, and we'll work as a team.
Sure, why not?
Do I need to persuade her?
Make an insight check.
I am not. You know what? I don't get a bonus to that, and because it's funny, I'm not gonna spend a luck point. I got a 1.
You feel like she's really just bitter about the city at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of still angry that she got stabbed. So I mean,
Yep.
I understand she wants to stay home.
You know, Stan, you're there too.
And that's what I'm saying to you is her. Like, I was there. She got stabbed. Like, you might not be pleased
No.
with this.
I mean, that's fine. Getting stabbed happens.
David's point right. Sorry, I just heard your sentence.
I mean, that's the Jade in the Jade Country. It's not like terribly uncommon for duels and things like that to be happening. So,
I mean, I understand duels stabbings happen as I show him the blades I've still taken off stab victims.
Stan.
Anyways, as I was trying to say,
concerning collection.
David's comment to you was if you wanted to also try make a insight or check
Yeah.
that you're also present.
Yeah, I
That's
got
what he was-
15.
15. I mean, you don't quite read that much into it. Not quite sure why she's hesitant to go out.
I mean, I'm just putting two and two together using common intellect of you got stabbed, I saw you get stabbed. You don't want to go back into the city where you got stabbed.
I completely agree with you. 100%. 100%. So, we, the three of us go into the city to proselytize.
If you keep pushing her, she's not at a point where she's going to.
Good.
Downright
I
refuse.
absolutely push her. It is our duty.
Okay. Then just want to go.
So yeah, well, the three of us will work together to proselytize today and make bakers of men.
What?
I have no idea what that last line
People who bake men, who take men and they put them in the oven.
No, it's part of
Sweeney Todd,
it's part of Terry's religion.
the demon barker of Beak Street.
Demon Barker of Beaker Street.
Demon baker of Fleet Street.
So, yeah. No, it's you have to you need to care for them and give them their needs, and you need to make sure that you put them make sure that they have the fires of passion and have their been put into the heat to so that they can rise and become who they are meant to be.
It seems the people of this town are a bit too high in sodium. You need to cut down their salt intake.
Assault never hurt anyone.
But anyway,
Except Alice.
we're not like proselytizing just for one person. We're doing the whole Pantheon thing.
I feel like that was an attack.
Group
Feel
effort.
attacked.
I mean, while we are proselytizing for the Pantheon, some people's faces are going to be up front and center when it comes to who's proselytizing and showing miracles and shit. I mean, we've got someone who's loud and talkative and making food. We got someone that has a light show and is innocence incarnate, and we've got somebody who's literally healing the sick. Which no one else can really do.
Alice can do that.
Who can?
Alice.
I meant like people, not
Oh.
gods.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are actual. I mean, it's not like there aren't people that are in the same situation as he was. Some of his healing powers, he had. I mean, he was Stan the Healing Man before he died.
Yeah, there's ways to get healing powers as a warlock.
So you could warlock yourself to different things.
I think there's also a sorcerer option for it.
Yep, Divine Sorcerer,
yeah.
Celestial Warlock.
Bards have healing. Druids have healing.
So it's not unheard of. Okay.
Old man,
But not the rate we're doing.
you need
It's another-
an investigation check.
Okie dokie. Oh, I rolled above a 10. That means I actually have to do math. 28. Did I do good?
You did good enough. Just takes a bit of time. So you find with some of the stuff. Let me pull up the. black sheep run in their isolated neighborhood. Basically, the those that they had to defend their turf from are the family, the underworld, and the Reds are the other 3 active groups that vie for areas in this city.
Okay, so the family, the underworld, and the Reds. The family, is that the one I've already handled, so to speak?
You got rid of Barnabas. Daughter's going away tomorrow.
Mrs. is still there.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. I'll look into the Reds then, since the family's handled for the most part.
You don't want to go visit the underworld again?
Oh, no, I take care of them, too, but that's a different problem.
So yeah, so you start looking for them. Another investigation check.
That was under a 10, so that's 24.
24.
I freaking love being a rogue. So good.
Okay.
Remember,
It's probably late afternoon by the time you really get much of a concrete information. For one, they do not have a unified base or gathering spot. But you are able to get a sense of some of the... you are eventually able to discern that they identify based on some clothing and colors, right? Red handkerchief or something. And that they are a group that basically is assembled from assassins, often pulled from the mages.
Okay. And
So.
It's gonna be hard for me to find their leader, or...
Yeah, it'll be hard to find their leader. It's simple enough if you want to find and start working with someone just agent on the street kind of thing.
Okay, I'll start that up then.
Okay.
Persuasion checks, like what do you need me to roll for?
Yeah, I'm seeing it. So, late afternoon, at the point where you've pulled enough strings and discerned enough to figure out how to identify someone, you find at just one of the taverns someone who is sitting at a back, like sort of a corner booth in a tavern, and at a table with by himself, 2 mugs of beer, and on his, he's just tied sort of a red cloth around the handle as he sits and drinks, and just kind of eyes the room.
Okay. So I've got that.
It's half elven man.
So he's just a person.
He's a single person in a general tavern.
Sure. Let's do the speak to your manager strategy. I'm gonna go up to him and just sit down.
Okay. Do you sit down where the other drink is sitting, or do you sort of just take one of the outer chairs towards the
Oh, I'll be bold. I'll sit down where the other drink is sitting.
Sort of picks up his cup with it. Yeah, as you sit down.
Yeah.
What ails you?
I have this binding itch in my ass. You'll understand once you grow older. Other than that...
As he sits there thinking, I mean, we don't generally kill things that small, but if you got...
I've decided that this is going to become one of my cities. Just like kind of looking around sort of possessively, like I just bought a new house and I'm checking out the corners.
What's your appearance right now?
I'm going to look like the king that I was as a young man.
As you, okay. Is there someone getting in your way of that?
Well, I found just a general lack of prayer. You seem confused. Allow me to introduce myself. I am, and as my hand touches my chest, I turn into the visage of the old man, with like the cowl over my face. The old man,
are you?
Divinity of tricksters.
Yes, I know.
And I feel like your organization could benefit from a little bit of faith.
Make a persuasion check.
It's 31? 31.
Perhaps that's the case. But you'll have a few more days to wait before we have much to say about it. You're still open for a contract. Once the payment clears.
Ooh, interesting. Why don't you go ahead and tell me who?
Who do you think?
I've pissed off a lot of people, just in general.
Probably just a close chum of yours.
But it appears to me that a wife of a man I know might still be holding the contract.
Anyone in the family, I guess, could technically arrange the payment.
Fair. Most unfortunate. Oh well, everyone becomes an orphan eventually, I suppose.
Don't mind me.
So I just look at him and I go, so, contract clears up. You're good to talk?
Well, your name's definitely been making the rounds. Other groups don't usually get directly involved with us. You've really upset him.
Him. Well, you know how it goes. Paperwork to do, family arrangements to make.
Who knows?
Oh, and another thing. If any of your fellows takes a contract out on any of the children, I have decreed them sacrosanct, and I'll destroy you and whomever accepts the contract. Adults only, please.
Most of us wouldn't sit too easy with that, but
Well,
I suppose
the
what
ones
it
who
is,
don't,
perhaps
the ones who accept it, put them on notice. That is a hard rule. Intimidation?
No.
Just like my eyes flash a burning, angry red.
You don't need to
21.
intimidate this person because they're not personally worried about it.
Oh, I know, but they're going to be like, oh, he was real mad about the thought of it, kind of thing. Just a 21 on a general intimidation on that front. I'm like, well, so tragic. I'll come and see you tomorrow, once I've rearranged the world to my liking a bit better.
Wow. I may look a little different.
That's okay.
Same?
I usually do. I look like him as I get up and walk out.
Now, I have a claim to that one.
Just look at him, my eyes flash yellow, and I'm like, claims are an interesting thing. And by yellow, I mean my race's natural eye color.
Mm-hmm. He does not.
Well, I've already shifted eye colors around. I'm just seeing if he's one of mine.
Yeah,
So
he didn't seem to do anything.
Okay. Do I need like an insight check on that, or just...
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm going to wander off and go to pay a visit.
Who are you visiting?
The family.
Okay.
Through the front door.
No.
And
There's a
I'm
single
going...
guard at the gate. This is.
I walk up to it, and I just pull back into my visage of the old man as I walk up to him, and I go, I hear you've been looking for me. Just came.
He seems confused.
Move.
You said you went into the old man or into Barnabas?
Old man.
Yeah, he seems confused by that statement.
I just go, move. Like, I'm just
Now,
like that.
I've still been paid for the week, so.
I go past him with Dimension Door. Thank you.
Which, do you stay in
There's
the
an illusion of me standing in front of him as I Dimension Door past him.
Okay, then he doesn't notice then.
And then as I just go and I open the front door, I turn around and say, thank you. And when he turns to look at me, the illusion disappears as I walk in.
Okay. The front door is locked. Which I'm sure you could get past, but it does really ruin that. Thank you!
I Dimension Door through the front door, turn around, unlock it, open it up, and just go, thank you. You're not
You have an immediate notice that it looks like the guard staff is down.
I start walking through, and I just start yelling, who's in charge here? I'm demanding to speak to the manager, yet again. I swear to God, the old man is Karen.
One of the guards does manage to eventually go, what are you doing in here? As he has like a crossbow aimed at you.
Charm person.
Okay.
DC 19.
What do I need?
It's a charm person.
Wisdom.
It's
Fail?
a DC 19 wisdom save.
Fail?
If fails, is charmed by you until the spell ends, which is an hour, or I do something harmful, or one of my companions do, regards you as a friendly acquaintance until the spell ends.
And you get advantage on social checks.
What's the matter? Master of the house is, out.
Yes, who's in charge when he's not here?
Well, I run the guard.
Of the family itself.
Well, I suppose the only direct member is his wife.
She here?
No, she's away on. She's on business for her husband.
Who's second in command if the husband is missing of the entire organization?
Believe no one in this house.
In general.
I just work in this domicile, though.
Does he not know, or is he being deliberately?
You get the feeling that he doesn't really know outside of this house. There's probably members of the family that live elsewhere, but he's not been paid to know any of that. That's
time to just
okay,
murder all the
so
guards.
The guards are not actually part of the criminal organization?
No. The guards are hired men.
This is useless. I walk back outside and I leave.
You should burn the house down.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. From the guard outside who now is trying to get back in the door to you.
I go and open the door. What?
You're not allowed in.
Tell him.
It's fine. He's looking for Barnabas too.
Or the missus.
Well, we're all the same boat here.
If you want to know the gang's...
Nobody knows what happened to Barnabas. You didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the missus, as in the wife.
She doesn't know where her husband is.
Yes,
what do you
but
think
do they
she's
know
a
where
do?
Do they know where she is?
Looking
That's what
for
I'm
him.
asking. Are we all gonna talk like this? Just
Everyone together now.
everyone together.
If you want to know the gang's organization, ask Rolfur.
Okay, so they don't know where she is.
No, she's out looking for him. Her husband's gone missing.
And I didn't get any information from Sebastian? What's his name? Maximus, right?
Maxwell?
Maxwell. I didn't get any information from Maxwell who else is in the family.
Not directly, no. Tends to be within it. It tends to be whole families that join together, and so it would be isolated other households who would send letters or delegates here.
Your organized crime is super unorganized. It's very annoying.
Yeah. From the information you would gather, you imagine there's a good chance that at the very least someone else that's active still in the organization would be his... He likely has remaining family in the city. He has not given details about them. But you know enough to know that he probably has other family members that are part of the group in the city.
I just go... instead of going out and looking for this woman who I'm probably not going to be able to find, I'm just going to go and start looking through Barnabas's papers on his desk and just like researching through all of his stuff.
Sure. Make an investigation check.
I believe that is a 24. Yes, 24.
You're able just basically to discern some stuff from the papers directly, like that he was most recently working on that are still out. That it's almost as if he got pulled away from in the middle of doing something and didn't quite finish. That he was working on, that he had contracted for you, and he basically has withdrawal slips to pull out the money needed for the Reds. But it is still there. You don't get a concept that she is necessarily involved with the Reds. From what you've learned from them, most likely he was in the middle of putting the hit at you and just hasn't delivered the money, and they're like, well, where's the money? And he disappeared.
Okay,
Good
I'm
job.
gonna take those withdrawal slips then. and I'm gonna go to the bank.
Okay.
How much was I worth?
You were worth 3,500.
Excellent. I'm gonna withdraw that money.
Okay. Who do you go in as?
I'm gonna go in as not as Barnabas. Is the withdrawal slip for him to get the money from the bank, or is it like a check?
Closer to a check.
My character would know.
Yeah, closer to a check.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go in as, I'm gonna go in as Old Man Captain, the captain with the salt and paprika hair thing again.
Okay. So just... Okay.
Did he finish filling out the withdrawal slip, or do I need to forge some things also before I do that?
It's done enough that you're good. You get a sense that because that was just like random captain that you chose that had come in on your boat, actually.
No,
right?
It was my boat captain that I aged up like 20 or 30 years.
Yeah, okay. So you can tell like that there is a lack of recognition, and that they really scrutinize the slips as well as the seal that is on there.
Ha! It's legit.
It is legit.
Do I need like a performance check or something, or am I good?
No.
Okay.
Technically, it's the way it's written. Yeah. Otherwise, and how would you like it, sir?
I like platinum.
Loose or blocks?
Loose.
Okay. So get it in platinum coins.
Okay, so honestly, killing myself here, just absolutely killing myself making money. 3,500, right?
It's a play on words because it's the money to kill him.
Yeah, it's 350 platinum, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, plus 220, 570 platinum. How much I'm at. Excellent. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the the inn with the reds.
Oh, the bar? Okay.
Yeah, the bar with the reds.
Okay.
The captain I found.
You find that half elf is currently having a drink with a dwarf.
That's fine. I just walk in as my salt and pepper haired self and go and sit down at the bar, not at the table.
Yeah. What do you do?
I am patiently waiting for the dwarf to leave.
Okay. The dwarf is not the one that gets up and leaves. The dwarf stays sitting after some time of their conversation, and the half elf gets up and leaves.
Excellent. I'll just follow the half elf then.
Okay.
Do I need stealth or?
You need. Let's see. I guess. Well, let's make a roll
Stealth,
first.
performance.
No, you don't. You do not need anything.
Okay.
With the way he rolled, you succeed. Your stupid minimums are going to be able to track him. Yeah, you're able to follow him out, going down some streets. Do you intercept at any point, or?
Nope, I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. You know, he goes back a few blocks, and up into an upstore dwelling over some sort of tailor shop.
Okay. I go. Yeah, sure. I'll just go knock on the door. Come and knock on my door.
Right away?
Yep, pretty much immediately. Like, if I can sneak up behind him, I wait for him to close the door and just immediately knock on it. If I have to use an invisibility to make that funny and happen, I will. Like, he turns around, looks left, looks right, closes the door, then knock, kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. Takes a minute, no answer. And you can hear some subtle movement inside. Maybe a light turns on. When it gets nearer, you can tell through the windows. Some old lady answers. I'm sorry, I'm all shot up for the evening of a very exhausting day.
Oh, I imagine sitting at the bar can be quite exhausting.
No, I'm so close, dearie.
Insight check. You don't get to lie to me, old lady. 30.
She seems genuinely confused.
It's like, you'll have to excuse me, miss. As I go, charm person.
Yep.
That's all my charm persons for the day. No, wait, that's a domain spell. I get to use that all I want. Charm person, I'm like, why don't you invite me in, dearie? It's a DC 19 Wisdom save if you feel like rolling.
I suppose I could put a kettle on and you can let me know what you need done. I'll try and do it in the morning, but we can talk about it now. You can tell she's sort of like put her coat over like a nightgown. As she uses she takes her lantern and she lights a couple other lanterns in the room and sets a flame below a pot and puts a kettle, water.
I'm gonna try to dispel magic on her.
Okay.
No, I don't want to do that because it's my magic. I don't want to dispel that. I'm gonna investigate the room, I suppose.
Make an investigation check.
27?
27. So
Yeah,
you just kind of,
27.
pull over and you're just kind of looking around. You kind of look in what would be like the broom cupboard.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of standing there is the half-elven man looking very sour at you.
Hi!
You say that?
Yeah.
As the old captain?
Yes. We're having tea. Would you like to come out and join us?
Who are you talking to?
The man in your closet.
What? He steps out, and he kind of bows politely. Very sorry, miss. I did try and make it painless. And a beam of crackling blue energy lances from his hands towards her, forming a sustained arc of lightning. And do you do anything further about that?
I step out of the splash zone.
Okay. Yeah. In 12 seconds, she is dead.
She cooks in front of you for.
I look at my like, she didn't even finish making the tea. God, now I have to. I walk over and start making tea.
That was rather obnoxious of you.
Yes.
As he sits down, as he goes to the cupboards and finds where the teacups are. She did seem quite old. I didn't... would have been much nicer just to have taken care of it while she was still sleeping.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I'll disappear the body for you.
No, I have business with it.
Okay, fair enough. Make tea. Sit down with my cup.
Yep.
Like, so, yeah, that contract on me is... Oh, I'm sorry. This is so embarrassing. I turn back into the old man. I'm like, the contract on me has been cancelled.
They still have a few more days.
Oh, no, it's cancelled.
Well,
I've withdrawn the money.
well, if you keep them from being able to pay us, it'll go away.
You know, I don't like it when people can't make an honest day's labor. Here you go. I pull out the 350 platinum. I'm like, it is my fault that you don't get paid. And that isn't fair.
Fuck Bob.
Are you wanting that put on somebody else?
Oh, no. You have work to do. I have work to do. Just make the old man the official deity of your organization, and I feel like our problems are solved.
Can't do that.
There are
But I
benefits
can,
to being a worshipper.
Can't really do that, but I can definitely spread some word. There's something specific you need me to tell. So he finishes
Why,
up his
yes.
tea, and he sort of sets it down, and he kind of gets up to work, pulling out, a bag off of his back.
Why, yes, I do have a pamphlet. However, if you worship me, and I start going into the benefits,
Mm-hmm. What are your benefits?
advantage on charisma check, being able to cast disguise self, charisma modifier times a day.
So disguising your appearance and
And
being better at negotiating prices.
yeah, and advantage against being charmed.
As he's, like, from feet up, clearly an extra-dimensional bag that he is putting this old lady into. Well, I can certainly spread word. If you're as good as you say you are, I'm sure that'll be enticing to quite a few. As he finishes, like, picks up the bag, letting the rest of her fall into it, and, like, pulls some ties shut.
You could always test it out first, so you can speak from a place of experience. Doesn't even hurt.
What? When we first heard when we first heard from Jack, we first heard from Jack that gods were a thing again. Well, it's been a bit confused.
I have a pamphlet.
Well, I will take the pamphlet.
It doesn't include all of the deities, but it does include the deities in my particular cabal. Which means if you run into a problem with any of them, you tell me, and I can negotiate on your behalf. My rules are quite generous also for what you can and can't do. And we have a festival that's going to be coming up next autumn.
Festival.
Revolving around tricks and treats.
Wow. As long as it doesn't tie too much into the season, these parts.
Oh, no. It's more messing with people.
Well. Well. Feel free to nick what you want. I just needed this. As he starts heading towards the door, pamphlet in hand, bag that you know contains the old lady he just murdered over his shoulder.
I'm like, oh, to help you on your way. Pass without a trace.
Blessings.
Blessings upon you.
No, you.
And
Did I get him, or? Because, you know, I decide who I give the final blessing to, the one that like has a limited number. And since I can pinpoint my followers, I would know.
Not yet.
Okay.
They're making a conscious decision.
Also, you can't pass without trace him. That's a self only.
I cast it on myself, and I can use it on whomever I want.
I think you have to stay within the range of them.
Yes.
Is it within range?
But
For the
at
duration.
At the very least, as far as him
From you,
leaving the, getting out of the building without being noticed that he's leaving this building, he's close enough for that, so.
Yeah.
And that get into and out of building is the hardest part to do without being noticed.
I'll just be like, I'll sneak out with you so this magic keeps affecting you until you're clear.
All the same. But yeah, they're giving thought to it, so they're not.
Excellent. On to the next one. And probably the next person, too, because I've just taken up a crap ton of time.
Otherwise...
It's family, the Reds, and the Underground. Alright, I need to go talk to the Underground again.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Tried.
They're active all night, so...
well, I've tried them already, haven't I?
You walked in and you walked out because Eric was there at the time.
Oh, right. So I'll go give them another go.
Billy!
Yep.
You have a lovely ivory statue carved in your likeness.
No. That's not what I asked for. That's for contingency.
What was it?
It's a portal. So it looks like a door.
A lovely... Oh, then you didn't have to post for it. You could do whatever while someone else is carving it. You have a lovely ivory carving of a door.
Yeah.
It's a door, but it's made of 4 of him, like holding up one, and the other 2 are just like making a. Yeah.
they're saloon door type things of just him hanging on the wall.
The statuette that is in your own likeness is for contingency. This isn't for that.
This could work for both. It's just a bunch of you making doors.
Yeah. Get them both.
Sure, yeah. What do you do? You have gotten all of your components that you had wanted to buy.
So talking to my follower,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask, is there any other place in the world that this Mage's Tower ends up communicating with in any way that's like in a different Wizard's Tower somewhere else, or a different place where mages congregate?
I'm sure there's some places, but not. I mean, it's not like tied to any. There's no like affiliation.
Okay, but are you aware of any other large grouping of
No
mages? No. Okay. Do you guys have teleport circles?
I believe they did. Yeah, I believe that was something that was technically shown to you as you walked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will ask them who would have the most information about the teleport circles.
I mean, you'd have access to a teleport circle that is here. They could show you if you have that to know what you're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah, I just...
Otherwise, like, the school does not necessarily have, like, a repository of here are collected circles.
Okay. No, I'd say I was just asking to see if I could find out who would have the most knowledge about it.
I mean, you can find someone that can do some instructing along that lines.
Okay, so we have the key for this circle. Are you aware of any other circles that the Mage's Tower uses for whatever purpose?
I mean, there are some that individuals use more. Usually people needing to visit family, and some of the more wealthy individuals have them at their family homes. This world does not possess a wide range of organized teleport circle transportation.
Okay.
That is not a thing that this world has.
I'm curious, do you guys have a teleport circle to, like, I don't know, an underground quarry where you guys go and collect precious stones and metals or something?
Wish we had access to an underground quarry of precious stones. No, nothing that easy.
Hmm.
Yeah, Teleportation Circle is a 5th level spell, which means you're generally 10th level when you would get it. Which, you guys were basically near the top of what people got up to when you died at 10th level. So it is like only the best of the best, and those specifically who have chosen those pathways that have access to that spell that would be able to access it. So there aren't a lot of teleportation circles, because there aren't a lot of people that can use it.
Okay. So yeah, mostly dealing with the lower down people who makes the determination about the like construction part of the tower, like how the rooms are laid out and everything.
I mean, it's been whoever needs it at the time.
Okay.
Generally goes up.
Right. Well, is there anybody who has good familiarity with that?
I'm confused by the question, so I'm going to assume they are as well.
Well, say, does nobody know, like, the architecture or layout of the tower?
The tower externally and the tower internally are different.
Okay.
It is an impressively tall, single spiral tower going up from the outside. There is much more complex architecture inside that doesn't necessarily fit within that structure.
Okay. Who would I go to talk to if I wanted to ask what tasks could be done to assist the tower?
Well, I mean,
as far as like the internal layout and everything.
There's a general consensus of myself or any of the others who have returned to help with instructing. But, I mean, what sort of assistance are you offering?
Well, I suppose that depends on what you need, but I was just curious if there was anything that I mean, did you guys need an additional extra dimensional space?
Not presently.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering, since as far as I know, there's not going to be too many people in this world that would be able to accomplish that.
No, but we have the fair few who are able to, generally tied within our ranks.
Okay. Well, say, so you don't know of any other large grouping of mages, or does he give the same response?
Not of wizards per se. I'm familiar with Bardic College.
Yeah, I'm
Who
familiar.
should certainly be considered mages.
I'm familiar with Honeytongue.
Yeah. The sorcerers and the warlocks tend to keep smaller covens of their own. Druids run in circles, but tend to be a little more nomadic. But they've certainly visited our area. There are a number of such circles within the jungles.
I'm just hearing the druids running around with the agony sacks.
So, with the Wizard's Tower, would you say that your biggest challenge at the moment would be scarcity of the precious resources for components?
Generally, yes.
Okay, noted.
Particularly those that are also contested by other by non-mages.
Right. Okay. So, I go ahead and ask him about what he could tell me about the teleport circles that he does know of.
Mm-hmm. And he will let you, if you're familiar with enough to memorize it, he will let you see and memorize the one that'll bring you here.
Okay.
And basically express that generally the other ones that he is familiar with are in the private homes of some of the more wealthy individuals who either have direct ties here or perhaps have had children that they've, paid to be in here or whatever. And that he feels that those would be, private information, not really something he could divulge.
Okay. So, nothing particularly special on that front. I go ahead and wish him well, and hopefully I'll be hearing from him soon. But yeah, I'll go ahead and say farewell to the people of the Wizard's Tower then.
Okay.
And then I will.
As a general, walking out by or going around to everyone that you've met over the few days? And
Yeah, no, I'm going to go to the different people that I've
Okay.
met and give
so you
them
take a while doing that, but yeah.
farewells. Yeah.
And where do you head out from there?
I will return to the town, and one of the things that I wanted to look for in the town, because the town's big issue right now is that they're essentially like economically stagnant, basically, right? That's like one of their major
And
issues.
corruption.
Yeah, corrupt and lots of economic stagnation and lots of capital flight of people going to the.
Although that was something that happened, they're now just in the fallout of.
Right. I was going to see if maybe I could, be it through, I guess, luck or intuition, related to my power, see if I could find a particular person who has the creative juices flowing through them to make something. Going to see if I can make a budding famous author into something.
Wait, what?
An author that will become famous.
You're trying to find somebody who has the writing skills walking about?
I'm going to be looking for somebody who has the creative spark within them to produce a fantastic piece of work.
Do you have a way to determine that?
Not a specific ability.
How are you trying to discern it?
I will either have to get lucky or go around talking to people and see, or either asking people if they've, I don't know, seen some rough work by people. I don't know, ask around about it.
Okay, you can investigate. Because even if you got lucky, you wouldn't know if that was the person or not, so.
I don't know how flexible the actual domain gives me as far as being able to find people who are imaginative.
Presently, you don't have anything specific for that.
Okay.
That would be like a divine ability or a divine intuition or that kind of thing. So.
Okay, then I will investigate looking for people who are trying to write something.
Okay.
Write a great story. Do you want me to roll for that?
Yes.
Okay. And so, flat 20?
Okay. find. Well, what you find is you find yourself an aspiring bard playing to an unattentive crowd at a dwindled sort of little cafe. Sort of twisting a story through song.
Okay. I go ahead and sit down and I'll listen to see what he's got.
You notice, over some time, his song is that striking of an epic. Watching, they notice that you're paying attention after some time, but probably before that, you notice that they are almost hurt by every person that finishes their meal and leaves as they're still progressing through this epic. That they have not quite captured the attention to hold them. But general story of those on the west side, star-crossed lovers.
Okay, I'll listen to that and wait for it to finish.
Well, it takes a while. I didn't know you sat for a minute, but yeah. They'll... You feel almost like, that they're... they reach sort of the height and the climax of the story. And you feel like almost the point where maybe they would end normally, but they having noticed you, sort of almost give kind of a, and so it was, and give almost like maybe an extra couple minutes on the end. That feels almost like it was bullet points that might at least give you a little information of what you'd missed before you'd arrived.
Okay.
Almost like in noticing the one audience member that they really have that seems to care. Like halfway through. They do not have anything set out like as in like tip or collect or anything like that.
Okay. Well, after the end of the performance, I'll go ahead and approach.
Yeah, and they're sort of packing away their.
What did I think of the
guitar?
The whatever the quality of the story?
The story was good.
Okay.
The performance and necessarily even some of like the direct writing were things that you felt were more lacking. It was more the technical skills that were lacking, whereas the creative endeavor of the story itself, you felt had promise.
Okay, so I go ahead and approach. I'll give him 5 gold.
Oh, no need. I'm quite fine. But thank you for listening.
No. Well, actually, I want to talk to you about your story.
Oh, yes.
And it's like, I did enjoy the tale of the parts that I was able to that I showed up for. I go ahead and give him sort of some critiques on the performance as well as ideas for potential editing. I tell him that I've got somebody who's done that for me, and he's given me some insight on how to clean up some of the language being used when you're writing something. I wanted to.
Got it all in Nexon.
And he's like, I wanted to come to you with an idea, though. And he's like, I see great promise in your story, but I do see that maybe there's kind of a time and a place, and maybe a want for the story, maybe in a different format.
Okay.
The idea that I have is we're here in the great city, and the great city's kind of main attraction, shall we say, at the moment is its ability to transport things from one place to other places in the world, correct? And it's
Suppose it seems.
I was trying to think of maybe what we could do to publish works like yours into something that we can send out to people all over the place and who are looking for something interesting to listen to or maybe read. And he's like, well, what do you think of the idea of having your story adapted to potentially a novel or maybe an audio form, if we can figure out a way to record it?
Yeah, that baffles him. But I mean, a novel would be fine. Definitely, just that requires a lot more capital investment.
Well, say if you gotta spend a little money to make some money, you might. I'd see potential in your story, and you could make quite a return.
That's not where my heart's at.
Well, you'd still want your story told to as many people as possible, right? And you could
I'd want as many people as possible to listen to it. Or to want to. Whether they get to or not.
say maybe even if money's not what your heart seeks, you could still use the money that you get to go after that anyway.
No, that's still the same thing that they do in the Capitol. It's all just for the money for them. That whether it's because we need the money to put on another show, or what it's.
Well,
they're demanding it of those that are enjoying the art, and that's not what art is for.
I mean, would you want to be able to fund other artists who just need the money to get started on something? I mean, paying it forward.
No, I would want them to do it for the art, not from.
Well, you said.
I'm very glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But.
I mean, you said that.
The capital structure is definitely.
Well, we don't have to. If it's the capital structure that you're against, we can think of a new way. There's always a
convincing the masses that's odd with that.
And he's like, there's always a different way, and it's all in the mind. You just have to think.
That I can do.
Well, I'd say I'll try to think about getting started, because we'll need to figure out, the stuff of how to adapt the story and then how to distribute it, right?
I mean, I guess. Sure.
Yeah. So, because whatever, it's something like records haven't been invented, right? Like, vinyl.
Albums? No.
Yeah. And it's just like, and it's like you could potentially make like an illusion or something, like a magical item that would be an illusion that might be able to play an audio recording of it. want to definitely, if he was going to tell it in the form that he is right now, with essentially bard singing and instrument play, then we would want to polish up on his actual performance and clean up and do some editing on the actual that kind of stuff.
College.
What about the college?
Send him to the college. You could certainly sponsor a student if you think he needs polishing. Send him to the college.
Oh yeah, to Honeytown?
Which still, you know the attitude of the college, and that still goes back to putting him against people that you can almost tell, like, he's come to this far off nothing little town because he is seeking something where the arts are not controlled by people that seek money.
And Honeytongue does have a strong money incentive to it.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't be what this guy would want. I mean, we'll go ahead and go with the idea of creating a novel for now, but I'll go ahead and at some point go and talk with
if you think that's the way, use what you were going to give me. You can bring me a notebook, and I'll start writing it, if you think that's the way.
Sure, and it's even if we decide later to go and figure out a way of doing a performance, we'll still at least have it written down.
Whatever.
But yeah, sure.
Why don't you get his name?
Yeah, what is this guy's name?
Bet it's Bill. I'm sorry, did I steal
They
that?
call me Bob.
I'm pumped up. Bob Shakestaff.
So Bob the Bard.
Yep.
So, very good, William. Or Robert.
Yeah. Bob Marles.
Just over here ruining jokes left and right, just snatching them out of the air, ruining them. I heard that. That was a loud meow.
He's a good boy. He's
Okay.
a really boy.
I'll go ahead and ask him now. And it's like, so I know that you've said that you don't have any sort of personal kind of money incentive, but if the story sells well, who do you want? Any royalties, or do you want it to go into like a fund for paying for artists?
I mean, if it... From my part, if it's making money, we're selling it for too much.
Okay.
Comrade.
Otherwise, he'll get a bit with you, and he'll sort of gather his things, which includes sort of a backpack with sort of clear camping gear sort of strapped onto it.
Okay.
You know, as in, it's getting towards evening. Better go set up for the night.
Oh, did you need a place to stay?
I'm good.
Okay.
And he heads towards the city gates.
Alrighty. I will go ahead and return to the ship for the night then. But a reminder that I'll have to go and talk with LA.
And then to finish up getting everyone to evening, Terry, Stan, and Alice would all need presumably persuasion check, unless you want to deliberately turn it to something else during your proselytizing.
Deception.
I'm. No, that's the best thing to do.
I'll stick with persuasion, thank you.
Intimidation.
Yeah.
That would be just as effective.
25.
36.
Okay.
And is anyone like rude to us at all during the time? Like mean or rude? Like we're little girl.
Yes.
Or...
Someone is rude to you. What do you do to the rude person?
Oh no! Why did you do this?
I cast geese on them.
You cast what?
Gaius?
Gaius, yeah.
And what is their quest?
They must pass out pamphlets for the next month.
You don't have enough pamphlets to give them.
Oh, I told them the location to go collect them from.
No, like...
Or is the ship. But we'll make them...
Ship? What? No?
Or where does Austin get them from?
He makes them.
We make them.
By hand.
He made them originally, and I've just been copying them.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't have like mass-produced ones. It is ones you've been individually handing out.
Well, then his job is to start producing them. Like, here's this,
like,
copy this.
No, we could do this. I go and like buy some paper. Like I buy like I don't know like how much cheap ass parchment can I buy for like 10 gold? Can I buy enough for like 1,000 pamphlets?
No, but you can buy enough to keep them going for a while.
Okay. Because I'll drop 10 gold on that, and then I'll just fabricate the pamphlets together.
To give him, you must hand all of these to different individuals.
Yes.
Because like he does the Gaius that is like, okay, now go get your pamphlets. I'm like, we don't have that many pamphlets. So Gaius is gonna make him take damage if he can't do this. Can't it stand?
Dan the healing man. Just cursed a man.
It's a rude gesture, yeah. Otherwise,
Hey Stan, what's your alignment again?
You didn't realize.
Okay, nope, chaos.
So you're going towards evening. Let's see. Yeah, I'll rush and try and get followers before we finish up here.
And now for the next month, once we leave, we have someone privatizing for us.
Don't worry, I've already worked up mine.
Billy, you get 70 followers.
This is a good city for Billy, Jesus.
Terry, you get 30 followers. Stan gets 40 followers. It was not lining up with what the dice should have had it be. Rolfur, you get 90 followers.
Now I'm definitely not in the lead.
You probably still are.
Old man, you get 50 followers. And I'll do the NPCs later. And with that, join us next time when we finish up the last of this evening, the day before the ship leaves. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.